lot of y'all can't get on this mic, man, and not get nervous. You feel me? I'm gonna get used to this. I'm gonna get used to talking, and I'm gonna get used to it. But all right, so this chick right here, was robbing people for their checks, money, and then flexing on the gram.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What?
You gotta be the stupidest mail carrier ever. Before I start this, I was a mail carrier for 5 years. And I heard of some crazy things happening. I know somebody personally who was taking the mail, throwing all the mail in the garbage because of the pressure to get your job done. I heard of stories of a lady and her son. Well, the lady was working at the mail here in Columbus, working at the mail office as a mail carrier, shipping drugs through the postal worker. Through the postal truck. More. Recently, well, when I came back to Columbus, I started working for Oakland Park. And this one guy was telling me the story of on Cleveland Avenue in Ohio, how this one prostitute came up to him and was like, "Are you ready?" And he was confused. Now, I think that man was lying. I think he was hitting that prostitute. I don't know. But he was confused because he let her know, like, what you mean? I never took you behind the building. It be some crazy things happening in the post office. I don't know. You see a lot of crazy things, but let's go ahead and see what she did.
New tonight at 5, a former postal carrier pleads guilty, accused of stealing checks and credit cards out of the mail.
KCAL News assignment editor Mike Rogers is at the desk. Mike, she is accused of just living a lavish lifestyle off the stolen funds.
Yeah, and then flaunting it all over Instagram, according to federal investigators who have now secured a guilty plea from this woman who worked at the Torrance Post Office. We'll show you some of the photos that they've released through court documents. This is just one of the checks she was alleged to have stolen, a $45,000 check. This happened over the course between 2022 and 2025 when they say that she would steal checks and credit cards out of the mail, then brag about it on social media. There you see one of the photos from her Instagram account, and she was then caught on several different security cameras buying things using the alleged stolen goods. An Apple store, you saw that, Home Depot, where she was apparently purchasing a rug. All of this obtained by federal investigators, but then a lot of it also obtained.
So let me tell you what goes on behind the scenes when you are, what do you call it? When you're being watched, whatever. So in the post office, there's a plant, right? I'm loud. Yeah, I don't work for them. So in the post office, in these plants, and sometimes in some of these post office, small offices, there are vents, right? And that's in the post office. And you have inspectors. You have people watching you at all times as a mail carrier. And if you are a suspect, or they thinking you robbing them or stealing or anything crazy, smoking, even if you say you was hurt and you was off of work for a month, you got somebody watching you. I was working at the post office, and my manager came to me and he said, "Real Will?" And I was like, "How you know me by that? Like, how you know that?" He said, "Oh yeah, I saw you on social media. They're following you everywhere. Everywhere. You flexing on Instagram, knowing darn well the post office don't pay you this much. $40K. And I never trust a person who do stuff like this with their money. They're flexing. But she's stupid. She at least could have, let me sound like, but she at least could have put some of that money into a broker and invested it and got rid of it. Let me stop. But she's stupid. Oh my gosh. There's always eyes on you at all times when you are a mail carrier. And if you are under their suspicious radar, whatever.
From her Instagram account, where she would post things like this, walking out with luxury high-end bags from this local stores. Now, they accuse her of also giving some of the money to some of her co-conspirators, which they allege that then would cash some of the checks. You see the large stacks of money. Again, a lot of these coming from her own social media accounts that investigators were able to seize. They also were able to use some backtracking of data and text messages to get some of the information as well. She did plead guilty to that one count of postal fraud, or of mail fraud, rather, bank fraud, I should say. And they're also have her in custody as well. She's been in custody now for the last several months, ever since she was arrested late last year on these charges. Guys.
Wow. All right, Mike. Thank you.
If you don't have an automatic
Man. So listen, future mailman or mailwoman or FedEx, UPS, mailwoman, man, He-Man, whatever you describe yourself, don't steal. Don't steal.